Hey man, how is everybody doing? Welcome to Red Alert Diaries with Tanya E. Hood. I'm Tanya E. Hood, a wife, a mother, and an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, it simply means I've worn a lot of different hats in my life that have helped me develop a full range of strategies and actionable steps that I've used to help my clients make a strategic impact, both personally and professionally, to have better than what life has been giving them. Red Alert Diaries. It's based on the life lessons of my premier book, Red Alert. Is he the one? The pocket guide defining the love of your life. And if you read my book, you already know that I got married at 21, and after 11 years of marriage, I found myself going through a divorce, having to raise my two sons alone. To reset my life and survive my divorce, I took the time I needed to get to know me better, which opened me up to new love again. And so now I'm in a new marriage with the love of my life and my best friend, which just proves there is life after divorce. On this podcast, we have discussions about real talk, relationships, marriage, divorce, money, legacy. We talk about all of it. And I invite you to join me on the journey. Just call 240 532 2227. That's 240 532 2227. I encourage you to leave your comments, questions, or thoughts so together we can grow, get inspired, and operate in excellence. Today, I want to first say thank you to those of you that have reached out to me to let me know that my premier book, Red Alert, Is He the One? The Pocket Guide Defining the Love of Your Life, has helped you make some of the strategic changes that you needed to get to your next level. It does my heart good to hear that. And for those of you that are looking to get the book, simply go to my website, tanyaehood.com. And when you're done reading, reach out to me so I can know the impact that the book is having for you as well. And here's one thing I want you to know. Doesn't matter how many books you read, podcasts you listen to, webinars, seminars, or whatever it is. If you do not apply the information that you learn, then you're wasting your time. You have control over how long it takes you to get to your next trajectory. We don't often pay enough attention to that. You see, in 2005, I was going through the chaos and trauma of my divorce. And so I did what they call a Hail Mary prayer. I prayed to God to help me get out of the drama, help me get through the madness, because at that time, I was on the verge of getting evicted. I was unemployed, and I didn't have enough food to feed my kids. So I did what a lot of us often do. You say a prayer because God is your last resort. You see, I did everything that I knew I could possibly do. And I reached out to everybody that I knew, and still no results. So what do when all else fails? You pray. Why? Because we are told God is a good God. And if that is really, really true, then why do we make him our last resort? I'll tell you why. Because what I did and what a lot of people often do as well is not really think that the answer God is going to give would truly be what we're looking for. Too many of us are living in yesteryear. You're still reliving the elements of your past, and you have an idea of what you think would be the possible solution. And when we say a prayer, here's the thing about God. He never leaves his children in desperation for too long. What often happens is the answer that he gives to our prayers don't look like what we truly want. So we don't really consider that a true answer. And for those that aren't really clear about what the answer looks like, you often hear them say, well, I'm just waiting on God. Most of the time, God is waiting on us because he gave us an idea of what we are supposed to do to get to our next trajectory. For those of you that aren't really sure if you're really hearing God, here's the one thing that truly helped me know that it was God and not just whatever. If you hear the same thing from more than one source, that's God. There is no way possible. There's that many coincidences that will take place in life for you to hear the same thing from a radio, from a person, a book, a pass by a commercial. You will hear something that registers together in the thought process that you have. That thought that keeps registering over and over again is God trying to tell you something, trying to give you an answer to your prayer. When I finally discovered that thought process, God gave me a 4-page outline. It was that outline that became the foundation that birthed my premier book. What I did not know then and did not fully apply for another 5 years was that outline was the strategy and actionable step that I was looking for to help me get to my best possible position. You see, I was still looking, like a lot of people do, to see what my past was going to teach me and tell me. What we do with the past is not try to change it because you can't change it. What you do is appreciate the happy moments that you had, and you learn the lessons that you need from the chaos and the drama that you went through so you don't have to repeat it. Because here's another thing that I learned. If you don't learn the lessons that you need from that trauma, you will repeat it. And if you don't learn it quickly, you'll be dragging others with you through it. For those of you that have read the book, this is what happened in chapter 4. So this is a repeat for you, but for everyone else. I decided after I got my 4-page outline that I was going to be okay, because when I started applying some of the lessons from it, things was getting better. I ended up getting a job, got some things in place, even moved into a brand new home. So my world was looking up. I hadn't applied all the lessons out of that 4-page strategy, but my world was good. So there wasn't a real need or a real hurry in my mind to go back and try to apply it. Here's the thing. If you are not fully implementing the insight that God gives you, when chaos and trauma tries to show up again, it will throw you off course, because that's what happened to me. I found myself in a relationship once again with some new man who was broken, and then he started creating dependencies on me to help him get better. And because I was not fully functioning and applying all the lessons that God was trying to help me to get me to my best position, I ended up once again having to reset my life and dragging my babies through the process all over again. I had to get it together. I could not keep allowing my life to be stuck on reset. But until you learn what you need to learn and apply what you need to apply, you'll keep repeating the process until you get there. So that's how chapter 5 was birthed. I had to be intentional with my dreams, my visions, and my goals. See, some of us have allowed life to beat us down so much that you no longer dream. It is your dreams and your visions that will give you insight to how to get to your next trajectory. One of the things that I do is provide a simple solution for divorcees to eliminate conflict quickly. Because if you have more clarity of who you are, a dream and a vision of how to get there, strategies and actionable steps will support you on the path to get you to your next trajectory. And so I provide that insight. And that is part of what became the foundation of the book. So that 4-page outline has the insight that helped me get remarried again to a man that has God's heart. It gave me clarity to ask God first and not let God be my last resort. It gave me strategies and actionable steps that changed my financial trajectory, because I went from a credit score of 526 up into the 800s. I had not, before that time of implementing those strategies, reached a financial position that left me over 6 figures and a credit score higher than I've ever seen in my existence. See, the strategies and actionable steps work when you apply them. But too many times, people let their lives get just a little bit better. Take the time you need. Don't spend another dime on another book, more time on another podcast, insight from wherever, whatever, with whatever seminar, webinar, or whatever you want to call it, if you are not going to apply the lessons. You have to be intentional with what you want to do to change the next trajectory of your existence. And if you're looking for someone to help you, well, I've been there, and I don't mind walking you through the process. You can reach out to me on my website, tanyaehood.com. There, you can find various ways that you can work with me and the strategies and actionable steps that we can walk together in various sessions. And so, for today, if you don't remember anything else that I have shared, here's the one thing I want you to know. Learn the lessons that you need to learn from whoever you need to get it from, but apply them completely so that you can get the opportunity to be sustained in your next trajectory. Now, for those of you that are on Clubhouse, I encourage you to join me in the Winning and Wealth Club at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday. There, we'll start off the conversation with mindset, and then we'll move into a continued discussion on Red Alert Diaries. And then at 8 o'clock, we will wrap it all up with a conversation about the village woman. I encourage you to join me on the journey and let me participate in helping you get to your next space and place. In the meantime, this is Tanya E. Hood walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.